Hello everybody, welcome to Totally Tabled. My name is Shaggy, and today we're going to do a full playthrough of Dune Imperium. Now I have everything set up. In order to run the solo game, I'm going to be using the free app. It replicates this deck of cards and does a couple of other things, so you don't have to use the app, but I'm going to try to use it today. Anyway, if you don't know how to play, don't worry. I'm going to explain everything as I go. So let's just get started. As you can see here, the beast has the start player marker, and it's very simple. The app is going to tell us exactly where he's going to place his meeple. So he's going over here to the still suits. The AI opponents don't care about what's on the space itself. They only get what the card says that they get. And so this card says that he gains 1 reputation. So we just move him up the reputation track. And because this is a combat space, he will be able to move 2 of his units into the combat. And now the next AI opponent gets to go. He's going to go to selective breeding. And we'll get an influence. Now it's our turn. We have this deck of cards here. I'll give it another little shuffle. And we get to draw 5 cards. You can see we have 1 diplomacy, 2 of these Dune, the desert planets, 1 reconnaissance, and 1 dagger. When we play these cards, they are going to give us a special ability, but they're also going to show us where we can place our meeples. You can see those 4 icons on the left-hand side. That's going to let me go to one of these 4 locations on the side of the board. We also have these triangle locations here, these sort of purple circles, and the green pentagon. So I have to pick one of these cards to play. Right away, I think I am going to play this diplomacy card. It doesn't give me a special ability. Any special ability that I get when playing the card will be in this sort of tan area. So there's nothing there, but it will let me place a meeple out here on one of these locations. I would like to go to this Hardy Warrior spot. Now to go there, it's going to cost me 1 water. We all start with 1 water. And it's going to give me 2 troops that I can add to my garrison or deploy straight into the battle. And I'll just go ahead and deploy those. And then because it's a combat space, I can always deploy up to 2 more troops if I'd like. As you can see here on our opening conflict card, whoever wins this battle is going to get a victory point. And the goal of the game is to race to 10 points. Once someone reaches 10 points, we finish up the game. That'll be the final round, and then whoever has the most points wins. So we really want to rush these points. And so I think I'd like to win this battle. I'm just going to deploy everything there. And then also, because I go to this spot, I also get an influence with the Fremen. And there you go. That's my turn. Now we go back to the AI. So we'll just click this button. All right. So the beast is going up here. And as it shows on the card, he's going to get to garrison one of these troops and deploy it straight to the conflict. He can then deploy up to 2 more. And then he's going to get to activate his signet ring ability, which for the beast is he gets to garrison another troop. We'll draw. Okay. Earl is going to conspire up here. Gets a influence. And gets to recruit 2 more units. That is not a combat space, though, so he won't get to deploy them. They'll just be garrisoned in his area. And now it's our turn. I think we are going to play this reconnaissance card. That's going to let us go to one of these purple circle locations. We can't go here because that one costs 2 water. We can't go here because you have to at least have 2 influence with the Fremen before you can go to that spot. And we can't go here because the beast has already gone there. So there's only one place that we can go, and that's right here. Now this is going to give us a troop that we can deploy, and we will. And it's also going to give us a intrigue card. These intrigue cards can be very powerful. Let's see what we get. Wow, so this is an allied armada. If you have a faction alliance, then I can spend 2 spice to get 7 combat. Wow. Now, a faction alliance is when you have gained enough influence in a faction to grab one of these tokens. And so it's going to be a little while before I have that, but that could be very helpful towards the end of the game. That's it. We have no more meeples to place out there, so I get to do a final reveal phase where I reveal all the cards left in my hand that I didn't play, and I get a reward that's on the bottom. So usually this is going to be some added combat strength or some persuasion, I believe it's called. And that is a currency that we use in order to get new cards into our deck. And these are the new cards that we could potentially add. I am going to get 1 combat, so I'll just move my little marker down here. The troops that we put out into the combat are worth 2 sort of combat strength, whereas each of these extra are just worth 1 combat strength. And then I get 2 persuasion to purchase cards. Well, that's not a whole lot. There's only 2 cards here that I could potentially get. So I think I will go ahead and I will grab this card right here, and I will just add it into my discard pile. It's immediately replaced, and I could buy this other 1 value card, and I will. I'll just add that one to my discard pile as well. Immediately replaced. And there we go. I've spent all of my persuasion. So now everything that I've played goes into the discard pile. And now we're going to resolve the combat. Our blue player has not even entered the combat at all. So it's just between me and the red player. And what the AI gets to do is they get to draw a card, and we just look at this bottom part to see how much combat they get to add. And as you can see there, he gets to add 2 combat. Now, if I wanted, I could play some intrigue cards if I had any. Now, we have this 1, but we can't use it yet. So that's it. So we're going to resolve the combat. I have 5 of these troops, so that's going to be 10. Plus this 1, I have 11 strength here. Whereas the AI has 8, 9, 10. So I have barely edged out the AI in this conflict. I'm going to get the top reward, which is a victory point. So we're going to move up there. And the AI is going to get the second one, which is a water. Once the beast here gets another water, they'll be able to convert that into a victory point. And that's it. Now everything in the conflict gets discarded back into our supply. These reset. Now we do the maker's phase, which is any of these 3 spaces here where we didn't take spice. We get to add a bonus spice. So these spots become better and better the more that no one takes them. Okay, we can discard this conflict. We can recall all of our units. Let's see what our next conflict is going to be. And we move the start player marker down. And there we go. That was round 1.